should we say, and she noticed that there were a large number of these elders who were very blessed. But after about 65, you're celebrated less and less. However, God is granting many persons with longer lifespans today that are exceeding the 10 years once predicted. In 2006, she discussed this idea with our ministers, Reverend Graylan Hagler and Reverend Rebecca West, about creating a program to celebrate. They began sponsoring and organizing this special program just for you.
I had this thing kind of tingling at my heart to do something for the persons who are 80 years old and above. You know, by the time you get to be that age, no one is thinking that much about you. You're not having birthdays. Of course, you're not getting married, and you have graduated. So all the excitement in your life has kind of come to a stalemate. So I thought, why can't we do something for the Octogenarians in the church? I recognize you. I appreciate what you've done, and I can call on your wisdom. So that's how we got started with the Octogenarians.
I'm so glad to be at this Octogenerian Luncheon. It's such a wonderful Christmas celebration. I hope everyone will have a blessed holiday season.
Good afternoon. I was among the first to be honored with those 80 years and over at Plymouth Church. And I'm happy to say I'm here to celebrate another one. These 85 years have been good to me. The Lord has taken care of me and brought me safely through for 85 years.
A chill fills the air, people's cheeks are aglow, and it looks as if we'll get snow. Kids are singing and their faces fill with glee. Mommy's wrapping gifts, Daddy's choosing a tree. Cider warms on the stove, friends come by and there are hugs for you and me. It's that time of year when the world falls in love. Every song you hear seems to say, Merry Christmas, and may all your dreams come true. Such a special time when we spread Christmas cheer to all we need everywhere. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too.
I just say the Lord was good to me. A lot of things I did that are against the rule, like staying up late at night and watching TV and just staying up to be awake. I didn't overeat. I never had a second helping. And I didn't eat fried food. I ate baked and broiled. My father was, well, first I'll tell you, my mother was from Dublin, Ireland, a long race of Irish. And my father was a long race back to slavery of black people. And he was just Negro. And my sister had all kind of fancy names for our race, but it was just, at the time, Negro was for black people. And that's what he was. And he was the most lovable man. And my mother also, two wonderful people.
People's drugstore at Missouri and First Street, I believe. Every Saturday morning, for some reason, all the men gathered to this lunch counter. I had an office right across the street, and I would go to the office on Saturday morning, but I would also stop at the lunch counter to eat before I went to the office. There was one gentleman there that, he kept looking at me, and I heard he was a minister at the church down the street. I didn't know which church, didn't know anything about it. Apparently he had checked me out for some reason. So this gentleman, he introduced himself and said, I'm Pharaoh Ledbetter. I'm the minister at Plymouth Congregational Church across the street. Doctor, I see you have an office across the street. Do you have a church? I said, no, I'm a wanderer. Sometimes I go to Baptist church, sometimes I go to this church. He said, well, I'd like to invite you to Plymouth. The next thing I knew, I was a co-trustee at Plymouth Church.
It's called The Difference. I got up early one morning and rushed right into the day. I had so much to accomplish that I did not have time to pray. Problems just tumbled about me, and heavier came each task. Why doesn't God help me, I wondered? He answered, you didn't ask. I wanted to see joy and beauty, but the day toiled on gray and bleak. I wondered why God didn't show me. He said, but you didn't seek. I tried to come into God's presence. I used all my keys at the lock. God gently and lovingly chided me, my child, you didn't knock. But I woke up early this morning and paused before entering the day. I had so much to accomplish that I had to take time to pray. Bless everybody. Have a nice holiday.
The grace of God has been with me. When people ask, what's the secret of living this long? I say, I don't know any secret except that God's got me in the palm of his hand. Amen. You know how people have tattoo on themselves? I think God has me tattooed somewhere in his heart, each day as I live. I hardly can do it without asking God, now what do I do next? Because it seems like that grace keeps me going. And as I tell people, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't walk, but anyway, I keep going. So thank all of you for your kindness and your love for the almost 50 years that I've been here at Plymouth. Has been wonderful, wonderful years.
We had to catch the bus, and when we got down to Asbury, the service was 11:30, about 11:30, so we did an 11 o'clock service, and no Sunday school. So my husband, he said, well, Beulah, we got to do better than this. He said, either we have to get up like 7 o'clock in the morning and bring these kids to Sunday school or church, to attend church. Then we heard about Plymouth moving on North Capitol Street. Then one Sunday, Brenda came to us and said, I'm going to join church next week. So Steve looked at me and he said, well, Bill, what you going to do? I said, I guess we all going to join church next Sunday.
I am now the oldest member of the senior choir. Also, as the article states in the program, my grandson that was playing for Virginia Tech is now playing for the 49ers football team and doing very well. I'm happy to be here again, and I look around and miss a few who were here and miss them very much. But I always appreciated, what's been done and the birthday cards and everything that the church sends. I appreciate those, and hope I can stay in the choir as long as possible. Thank you.
And of course, I came from Alabama, from an Congregational church there. When I came to Washington during the war, I looked for a Congregational church. And I went to Peoples, Lincoln, Temple, and Plymouth. Every Tuesday after the trash people come through, I go through the trash, the neighborhood, and I live on 2 alleys. Straighten up all the cans, sweep up the trash, pick up the... And they can't believe that I'm still doing it, but I do it to keep going. And of course, I'm 91 years old, and I'm thankful for all the good things that I have found out at Plymouth. One night we were in a meeting, and they asked my husband if he would be the treasurer of Plymouth. And he looked at me and he said, I can't even count. And can I be the treasurer of church? But he accepted.